Good Tuesday, everybody. Jewel here with you with the J7409 forecast for you. Boy, oh boy, the cold's going to hang around for a lot of us. Let's check out this cold-looking weather map here. Now, this map is going to go through the 27th of this month. Looks like the cold's going to be hanging around for a while. In this area where you see right here, from looking like possibly just the Piedmont or west of the Piedmont to the mountains of North Carolina, portions of western Virginia, and eastern Tennessee, all up in these areas, eastern Kentucky included, all in these areas, moving down into South Carolina and Georgia. This includes Atlanta. 90% below average temperatures. It is going to be cold. Now, let's take this off right quick. And as we can see, down in Florida, and for, say, Raleigh westward, North Carolina, the coastal sections of South Carolina, down around southern Georgia, moving right on up into portions of New York, portions of Wisconsin and Maine, upper and lower, Indiana, all of these areas, right in these areas here. In this shade of blue, we are going to be 80% below average normal temperatures, including Tennessee and Kentucky. You see them all right in here. All of these areas, 80% below average temperatures. That's what's going to be happening. Now, moving right on down into Florida, this little section of Florida right in here. Let me get my arrow here. This little section right in here, 60% below average temperatures. This is 50%, goes all the way down to the Keys. Unbelievable. Moving up to Maine, Maine's looking like it's cold. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to be cold. We are going to have days that warm up. But for the most part, it's going to stay cold for a little while. And over in Maine, this is like 60%, and this is like 50% over here. As we move out, let's clear this off for a moment and start a new westerly, looking like portions of Mississippi, Louisiana. You can see right here. This is like 60% below average temperatures, moving up into Wisconsin. When we get over to eastern Oklahoma, right up in this area, moving right on down, this is at 40%. So everybody's going to stay kind of chilly. If you're in any of the blue areas, it doesn't matter where, moving right on down in Texas, it's going to remain chilly to cool to plain old cold. That's the only way I know to put it. Everybody over here, especially in this dark area, be aware. Doesn't look like this cold's going to go anywhere, at least for a few weeks. And then we have the warmer spots. Coast of California, coast of Oregon, coast of Washington State, moving into Montana, right on down. You can see these are the warmer areas. You guys should be about 40% to 50% above your average temperatures for this time of the year. Now, as we take a look at the severe weather that may be happening, there is no severe weather for today, but this is tomorrow, Wednesday, and I've been telling you guys we're going to have this system that's going to pull up the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and yes, we're going to get stuff with snow, significant ice, all that mess is coming up towards the end of the week. I'll get to that in a moment. But for you guys down in this Texas area, East Texas area, moving through Louisiana, and also up in Mississippi, a little bit of chance in the outlining areas. It looks like tomorrow you could have some thunderstorms that could occur. Now, what's going to happen is when all the warm air and moisture hits the cold, boom, you got this chance, and you could have looking like some severe hail could happen, along with the damaging winds and tornadoes. Now, right now, the tornado outlook is at 2%. Well, you know, we can have them. We have them. We have them all times of the year now when they're 2%. So I want you guys to be aware of this. From East Texas, moving up into portions of Louisiana, southern Arkansas, portions of Mississippi. Now, when it comes to the wind, very same area, and could have some severe large hail with these storms as they pop up. So please be aware and stay safe. Don't forget to click show more, folks. I will have chapters. You can click on whatever part of the weather that you're concerned with and check it out if you don't want to go through the whole video. It will be listed. Click show more. You'll see the chapters. Click on what you want to look at. If you have pictures to send me, you can find my email there. Everything is right there for you. And I will have a link for this map, the watches and warnings map, as you can see. And today we do have some heavy snow for parts of the upper Great Lakes today. Now, it's not showing it too bad on this map at this time, but it's going to be pulling through. You can see over here in upper Michigan, we have, this is winter weather advisories in Minnesota, the blue, moving over into North Dakota. This is the winter weather advisories for today. Now, we got down here in Texas, all of this red that you see. Well, you know what, don't you? This is critical fire weather for you guys here in Texas today. Also moving up into a little bit of New Mexico. So this critical risk of fire weather is going to be going on today for you guys also. Now, we got a risk of freezing rain over parts of the southern Ohio and Tennessee valleys and middle and lower Mississippi valleys for today. Up here, wind chill advisories and warnings from Montana, South Dakota, northern Iowa, moving up into Michigan. It is something else, folks. The wind chill is very, very, very bad. So keep all of this in mind as you are going throughout your day today. Here we have the NAM map, courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. Let's turn it on and get going for the jumps for the lower 48. Low pressure over the northern plains. That's going to move eastward across the Great Lakes overnight, tight into Ontario, Canada by Wednesday morning. Then into the Canadian Maritimes by Thursday. And also by Thursday, the associated front will move eastward to just off the northeast coast and across the mid-Atlantic to the central Gulf Coast. This system is going to produce some heavy snow across parts of upper Mississippi Valley area near Lake Superior in Michigan and the Upper Peninsula today into tomorrow morning. So get right for it. It's coming. Now, we got some lighter snow that will move into the lower Great Lakes overnight tonight also, and into the northern New England area Wednesday into Thursday morning. Now, this is going to make some lake effect snows to develop downwind from the Great Lakes. Meanwhile, warm air ahead of this boundary. It's going to produce temperatures 10 to 25 degrees above average over parts of the central and southern plains today. Additionally, some warm temperatures and gusty wind and dry fuels have led to the area of the critical risk of fire over parts of the southern plains that I've showed you. Now, meanwhile, the western portion of the front is going to produce light snow over parts of the northern Rockies into the northern plains today. In addition, overnight tonight, moisture from the western Gulf of Mexico will start to pool along the boundary over the eastern portion of the front. This is what is going to make this I'm going to call it more of an ice event than a snow event that's going to be happening over in the coastal sections of North, South Carolina. I'll show you in a moment. Now, it will start out as rain. Now, the rain will develop over parts of the Ohio and Tennessee valleys and the middle to lower Mississippi Valley. Now, some light snow will develop over parts of the middle Mississippi Valley starting late Wednesday afternoon along the range snow line. Now, areas of light rain, freezing rain will develop over parts of the southern Ohio and Tennessee valleys and middle and lower Mississippi Valley by Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning. Overnight Wednesday, the snow will expand into parts of the Ohio Valley, into parts of the central Appalachians and mid-Atlantic. It's looking like the rain over the lower Mississippi and Tennessee Valley is going to move into parts of the southern Appalachians and parts of the mid-Atlantic by Thursday morning. We got a weak onshore flow. Now that's going to produce some light rain over parts of the Pacific Northwest and some snow at the higher elevations into late tonight, Tuesday night. Now, as this energy is moving across the southwest and to the southern plains, it's going to aid in producing light snow over parts of the central Rockies today and tomorrow, with light snow moving into parts of the southern Rockies by Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. Now, we're in the wake of this winter storm to impact the mid-Atlantic to the northeast. Light snow will linger over parts of the central Appalachian into parts of the northeast. That should end by Tuesday morning. You guys up north are getting what we got down south this past weekend. It should end for you, though, by tomorrow evening. Here we are over at the Europe, and most of all of the consensus leaning towards the model. Now, it could be a little more, it could be a little less. You know it can change. Remember, it can always change. This is Thursday afternoon around 2 p.m. We do have some snow up here in western parts of Virginia, up and down the Appalachian Trail. Wet snow over coming into North Carolina from Tennessee. Everybody else got some rain going on, nothing happening on the coast. I do think this is going to be a more coastal storm, though, when it comes to amounts, because this low is going to set up right over here, and you'll see it in just a moment. Let's hop over to around Friday afternoon lunchtime. Now, I think this may be just a little bit early. It may start later in the day, but this is showing lunchtime, so I'm going to show it to you. But just be aware. Now, Wednesday, tomorrow, is going to warm up for us up and down the coastal areas here. Yay, 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 yay. I can't wait myself. It's going to warm up a little bit. That's a good day if you need to prepare for something, to go ahead and do it tomorrow, because Thursday the rain will come in and it's going to start to get a little cooler, and by Friday it's going to get cold again, folks. Now you see this right here, averages in a moment, but we'll move to Friday around 8 p.m. You can see now more snow up in Virginia, in the D.C. area, around the Delmarva Peninsula, moving into the Piedmont to eastern Tennessee areas here. We have some in Kentucky, West Virginia, but this is ice. This is ice. Now, folks, for eastern North Carolina, Washington and Greenville, it's looking like we could have some significant freezing rain and sleet. Around 60 to 70% of freezing rain and sleet with some snow mixed in it. Edenton, North Carolina, a little bit of sleet and a lot more snow. Plymouth is looking like significant freezing rain and sleet with some snow. New Bern, mostly freezing rain, some sleet, and a little snow. That's what it's looking like for eastern North Carolina right now, with rain mainly right along the outer banks. That's what it's looking like. Now, when you move a little closer to the west, it's looking like places like Concord, North Carolina, and around Charlotte maybe around a 50% chance of some snow Thursday night, Friday, and Friday night. That sounds like a lot, but I don't think you'll get over 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches if you get that much. I'm thinking on the lower end, maybe 1 to 2. South Carolina, places like Travelers Rest, mainly snow. Okay, mainly snow. You might get 1 inch or 2 inches if you get that much. Now, over in Atlanta area of Georgia, you can see looking like you're going to get a little snow. I don't think you're going to get a lot. You're going to have a lot of freezing rain up too, I believe. So please be aware of this. Now here we are. It's Saturday around 8 a.m. You can see it's changing to rain some now, but this is what the outlook is looking like right now for you guys. I can't get every single place in. Today is just Tuesday. I don't think this event will start to take place until Thursday for these areas right in here. So I'll keep up on it. I'll keep you posted, but it is coming. And as I go back in time a little bit, I can't stress enough to you guys, significant ice. See that bell? That's me, folks, okay? So everybody in these areas, we got ice coming again. Ice. And I think this storm, like I say, some ice in South Carolina, over in Georgia. The most part we're going to get, though, and I'm going to show you why here, just 1 second. You can see this low is going to be hanging right off the North and South Carolina coastline. It's not coming up like the other one actually come this way and come down. This one's acting more normal, like coming from the south and going to the north. You see the low right in this area here. Saturday morning, early around 4 a.m., you can see it's going to be hanging right off my coast and affecting me big time. So make sure you pay attention. If you are in any of these areas looking like snow, ice, a lot of freezing rain, if you're in the eastern counties of North Carolina, I'll cut this off right quick so you can see it better, and portions of South Carolina, Georgia, get right, looking like we're going to have some freezing rain, maybe some snow, and some sleet's going to pile on top of it. And I'll try to have you a better idea of what's going on come up tomorrow, but it's coming, folks, so please be aware of it. Prepare and stay safe. Everybody, stay warm as you can if you're in these cold areas. I know how cold it is. It's a mess for all of us, folks. Hang in there. One day it's going to get better, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything you do for me. I appreciate it so, so, so very much. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family, and on your social media to help me keep people aware and safe of what's coming their way. If you haven't subscribed and you are into the weather, don't forget to do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Click subscribe. Click the bell and check off all to make sure you get all my latest weather videos. So with that all said and done, have yourself a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. I love you all, and peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Thanks for watching.